Now, last time I talked about Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, I was talking about, how much better this story could be. This story they could be, just the the verbal sparring between Roman and Punk is what we need between Punk and Cody. And the longer they go on with this, just violent attacks on each other, it makes me think even more that Randy may win at Mania, but then they will eventually meet back up, probably by SummerSlam, and that's maybe when the War of Words starts, the rematch when Cody eventually wins this title back. Maybe that is what that's when you get the verbal back and forth. But as of right now, it's still the WWE trying to push Randy Orton as the crazy heel and Cody Rhodes the good guy who got attacked by Pat McAfee. Now, I look. I don't know. I don't know what I expected, and to be completely honest with you, I said that whoever Randy Orton was talking to, it probably wasn't going to be that important. Little did I know, it was going to be somebody who really doesn't even care to be in the company as of right now. Like, I know they're trying to get us with McAfee coming out and saying, "Oh, a month ago I said the WWE has passed me by and blah blah blah," and that's because, well, kind of has. People were okay with I at least me, I like the commentary teams. I like who we got. I like the personalities that are around, and there wasn't really a spot for McAfee anymore. And I don't mind him if he wants to be on TV. That's cool, but I don't need it. I don't need Pat McAfee. And now he is a heel who is helping Randy Orton beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, which, if people don't, remember, this was basically what Travis Scott and John Cena a year ago, which is, I don't know. This is, I don't like it. I don't understand it, and to go back on the history of Cody and Randy, there's so many other people that they probably could have pulled out. Well, to be honest with you, all the biggest names, like people, it's The Rock. The Rock was never showing up for this. Or maybe it was Bob Orton. It'd be maybe a better story to tell. Maybe Bob could bring up Dusty. I don't know. But either way, Shane McMahon was a rumor. It's like, there's no way that Shane McMahon is the one on the phone with him. Even Kevin Owens on the phone with him. It'd make at least a little more sense. I mean, they destroyed each other at last year's Royal Rumble. So, was it Royal Rumble? Whenever their ladder match was. But Pat McAfee turning heel, coming out and cutting a promo while Randy Orton is just beating the shit out of Cody in the background, which I thought, I might not love this whole Pat McAfee, move, but Randy Orton just chair shot in between every, couple sentences Pat McAfee was blurting out. That was entertaining to see. But I don't know. I don't see where they're gonna go with this Pat McAfee shit. Like, are we gonna have to end up with the Pat McAfee Cody Rhodes match? Are we gonna have to end up with Pat McAfee? I'm assuming interfering in their Mania match. It's I think it's kind of weak. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it was a little anticlimactic. It's 7 a.m, okay? It's 7 a.m. Cut me some slack. My only problem is, it's just how hard the WWE is trying to force this, Randy is the heel, Cody is the face. Randy coming out and telling St. Louis fans, I'm not winning for you. I'm winning for me and my family, and that's it. It's like if anybody else in that position would have said that, or any other bad guy or heel would have been saying that, there probably would have been boos in response. But Randy Orton is at this point in his career. It's like it's the same thing with like a CM Punk. Like I don't know how CM Punk is gonna ever go heel again. He says he loves, he likes being a heel more than a face, but I can't see a man whose name was chanted for a decade while he was unemployed, or whatever job he had during his absence in the WWE, is going to be a heel in the WWE again. That's never going to happen. And same with Randy Orton. It's really not going to happen. They were going to cheer him regardless. It didn't matter if he looked at all of them and said, I'm not winning for any of y'all. I'm not winning for any of y'all. Just myself. And they still sat there and cheered that man. And then they booed the shit out of Cody Rhodes. I know it's St. Louis. But I feel like they kind of played along like all these other fans and all the fan bases have in all these other towns. Boo Cody. We're going whoa at the whoa part. And that's it. I personally do not have a problem with Cody Rhodes, the way he's booked, where he is, how he's positioned in the company. I don't have a problem with it, but I do understand people who have a problem with it. But I think they need to understand that what they want, which is I'm assuming a Cody Rhodes heel turn, just cannot happen. And it's a lot more than, sure, kids and, kids being fans of Cody Rhodes and merch sales and all this shit. Which to me is that's just a poor excuse. There's been plenty of heels that have ran the company, and it didn't matter if the kids liked them or not. And first of all, and kids loved Roman Reigns for his entire Tribal Chief run. Merch was not a problem getting sold during his entire, during the entire Bloodline saga. But Cody Rhodes turning heel, it just doesn't make sense. There's no reason for Cody Rhodes to turn heel. If he turns heel, who's he gonna fight? Who is Cody Rhodes, realistically, who is Cody Rhodes going to fight as a heel? And don't say Randy Orton. It's not going to be Randy Orton. Now, could he go over to Raw and fight CM Punk as a heel? Sure. I mean, that's something that could be interesting. But if you look at the people he's lined up right now, it's, Drew McIntyre, not going to be a heel against Drew. He's not going to be a heel against Fatu. He's not going to be a heel against, who would even be realistically in line to win or to even, face him after all this? Well, considering he may even if he is the champion, it's just I'm trying, it's hard for me. I'm trying to think of an opponent for a heel Cody Rhodes, and I don't think there's a good one. And people say, John Cena, he turned heel after 20 years. This was 20 years in the making. And to be completely honest with you, if there wasn't that 20 years of waiting and all these different opponents that John Cena has had over 2 decades to play with and just be as experimental as possible, you don't have that with Cody Rhodes. Who's he gonna beef with? We gonna have somebody come out as fucking Stardust, and he's gonna be heel and fight a face Stardust. What is he? Damian Sandow gonna return? What is? I don't know what. There's a I don't know. There's a lack of a draw when it comes to a heel Cody Rhodes. As much as people think it would make sense and it works and it is what it is, it's not going to work. And even if he were to turn heel, you think the face of the company is still not going to be the champion? You think he's not? You think that they won't hesitate to let him hold the fucking title for 1,000 fucking days? They'll do that. Him turning heel is not going to change how he's booked or for all these people who are tired of just seeing Cody Rhodes win and holding the title, it's not going to change if you turn heel. But I will say, for moments like this with Randy Orton, I think Cody just I think if anybody needs to be more for just themselves or in this for themselves and not for the fans, and you know how he was last year with John Cena. It's like, oh, I already sold my soul to them, Rock. Sorry. Maybe you bought it back. Maybe you bought it back. Maybe you don't gotta be a heel. Maybe you're like you could be an anti-hero, kind of like Randy Orton, I guess. But it's not gonna work. Especially when Cody's gonna win this back by SummerSlam and probably just still be the hottest babyface in the fucking world. So I don't know where they go after Pat McAfee returns, which I still can't wrap my brain around. Pat McAfee returned to help Randy Orton beat up Cody Rhodes, and he said a lot of things. He's talking about the company and mentioned WrestleMania not selling as well, and it's interesting to see WWE creative see the criticism, see the hate, and kind of, I don't know, formulate it through Pat McAfee to I guess shit on the WWE. It is what it is. It's kind of like a 8 Mile thing. I'm gonna talk bad about. We're gonna talk bad about ourselves. So hey, who cares if y'all talk bad about us? You can just agree with Pat McAfee, right? Regardless, you agree with somebody in the company. But I don't know. I'm not sure what this leads to. It'd be interesting. I don't know, McAfee versus Cody Rhodes on a random SmackDown. I mean, I wouldn't hate that. It'd be funny. It'd be entertaining. I don't really need. I don't need Pat cutting all these promos. I really at the end of the day, I wish they would just hone in on what this feud really is. I mean, it should be Randy out there every week talking about how, like, motherfucker, you were my bag boy, you were my caddy, you drove me while I slept the main event off, like you were my bitch. And then we need Cody in response. We need Cody with his rebuttals to that. And he kind of mentioned it last week with Stephanie, out of all people, talking about, I had to drive and make sure he was alive. But it's like, say that to him. Say it to him. Call him. Interrupt that phone call. FaceTime. We need Randy on the phone, and then boom, Cody Rhodes pops up. Oh shit, FaceTime, and he's just behind him or something, man. And we really, actually, that just lead to another fight. That would just lead to another fight. I'm yapping. Obviously, we're not going to get Cody Rhodes and Randy face to face, just laying it all on the table verbally. I feel like we would have gotten that already. But yeah, that's all I got out of SmackDown when it comes to Randy and Cody. But moving on, I do want to talk about